Hello everybody. This is a follow-up video to the tournament announcement. I didn't really do a good job explaining it on the Discord, so I'm just going to make a video about explaining how the tournament's going to be structured. So, yeah. As you can see, this is a round of 16 type style tournament where everyone goes one-on-one with someone, and they keep fighting, not fighting, but versing each other until you make it to the final and semifinal. You can notice that there's no third place game here. I won't have it as a main series thing as of now. I probably will end up doing it because the odds are this is going to get really intense, and third and fourth place, because the loser of the semifinals are gonna want to like that's it. It'd be nice to see who gets third and who gets fourth and yada yada. So as you can see, there's slots 1 through 18. I'll get to that in just a second. So obviously, I don't have it on me, but on the day, assuming we have 16 people, I will get a random generator, probably something that's kind of intense, to spice things up, and I will live stream it. That way everyone can see I'm not rigging it or choosing, not that it would be cheating in any sense, but I want everyone to be fighting someone completely random. And I said fighting, I meant to say racing. So yeah, slot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is how it's going to be structured. So even though 1 and 9 are close, everyone that's above this little gap between 4 and 9 and 8 and 13, everyone in between that, well, not in between, but that's kind of like a dividing line where you can't verse any of those until either the final or third place match. But yeah, obviously if you're in slot 1 and you beat slot 2, and you're in slot 3 and you beat slot 1, pot 1, pot 2 winner are gonna fight. There's no second randomization, that's it. This is where it is. So, yeah. So, with this, obviously, I'm going to go and explain the 17 and 18. It's pretty obvious. If we have 17 or 18 people, I don't want to cut anyone. The maximum I'll go up to is about 20, and it will basically be the exact same thing, but instead of racing one person, you're racing a second. So, yeah. There won't be 2 winners from these, there'll be 1 winner, so, yeah. The maximum I'll have for this tourney is 20. I don't want it to be a 32 round tourney because that's going to be way too big. Personally, for this, it's supposed to be a smaller tourney. In 21, yes, there would be room for it. It just doesn't feel like... It feels like that's also too big. So, yeah. There are going to be 6 hunts that are considered for the tourney, and, yeah. Those 6 hunts are Hordes, SOS, and Friend Safari for the first few rounds. Obviously, I don't want, the final to be something super easy, and I don't want the first round to be something super hard. So the first section, there will be, obviously, as you can tell, 4 sections. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th one is already confirmed to be something else. So, yeah. For the first 2 rounds, you have a chance of getting either Hordes, SOS, or Friend Safari. If it's Hordes or SOS, there will be 2 shinies you're hunting for, since those are pretty fast and have a tendency to be found very, very quickly. It doesn't always mean that, but with Shiny Charm, both of these hunts are going to be really quick. I'm probably going to end up just making it so Shiny Charm is mandatory in both games. It seems like the majority has it, and if you don't have it, I strongly recommend you find someone who can help you with it, or you just cheat it in. Because otherwise, you are not going to be able to participate, unfortunately. I know it's a stupid rule, but, you can't disable Shiny Charm, and I don't think people that were dedicated enough to get it should be punished. So, yeah. It will be an equal chance for all 3 of these in the first 2 rounds, and then, first 2 rounds. Once you get past that, which would be the Group A winner versus the Group B and the Group C versus the Group D, you'll get into, do I have it written now? You will get into the either random encounters or Poke Radar, both of which are gonna happen, but it's in matter which order they're gonna happen. Random encounters 1 in 3,000-ish, since you have the shiny charm. So the odds of it happening are pretty slim. And Pokeraider, while it has a 512, is very, very hard to keep the chain. Both of which only require 1 shiny. And it could take a lot of time and patience to get a shiny in Pokeraider. I mean, obviously, you guys are choosing which Pokemon. I don't know if I said this already, but if it's SOS, and me and the person racing want to go for Pikachu, but a different group want to go for Pick-a-Peck, that's perfectly fine. You two have to agree on a certain Pokemon. And if you two cannot agree on one, I will have to randomly, or not me, but one of my mods or judges will randomly pick a Pokemon that isn't too challenging to hunt. Because, again, some of the judges might disallow some hunts if they're really, really hard. Keep in mind, these aren't really as individual races. You're also racing with other people. So if you have a hunt that's probably going to take a month or a couple weeks, that's not going to happen. You won't be allowed to do that. So if there's a Pokemon with an insanely low encounter and call rate, you're not going to be able to do it. So I strongly recommend you stick to getting something more easy to hunt, as it's just easier, and As the farther we go into the tournament, it'll become a little less lenient. Obviously, with less people, there's more likely that the time won't take as long, since it could take the longest round will most likely be the first round, even though you'll probably be doing the easiest hunt. So yeah, Pokeradar and random encounters. Random encounters can go from a long set of different things. For random, I just want to point this out. Obviously, I said you pick. If you get a shiny that you're not choosing, that doesn't count. That really only affects SOS and Horde. Actually, it does affect all SOS, Horde, and Friend Safari. It doesn't count. Friend Safari, the rule might change to be a little bit more lenient as well. If you have 2 Pokemon in the Safari, it could be first to get either, considering that it is a 1 in 500 chance. So it would be a little unfair. Masuda method is out because it's very easy to cheat that in both games, so we're not even going to consider it. So yeah, with Horde, it most likely will be enabled, since it could take you a very long time to get a Friend Safari. So the odds are we'll do both Pokemon and Friend Safari. Random encounter, the odds are we'll have you pick 3 Pokemon in the area, probably the most common 3, because again, it would just be not fair, since that's a very long hunt. Pokeradar, there is no exception. If you break your chain getting a different shiny, that just sucks, and that's your problem. Same thing with SOS or Horde. If you get the shiny you're not hunting, that's good because you get a shiny, but not the one you want. Soft resets will most likely be the final. I don't want to spoil it, but I mean, it's pretty obvious. It is statistically likely to be the longest hunt, and the odds are that soft resets will consist of 2 as well, to make things even more intense. That way, it might even be 3. I'm not sure. It will all depend on how intense it is. Because if it's just really, really hype, we might do 3, because that'd be so intense. Could you imagine, going for 3 legendaries or 3 Pokemon, being down to, there could be comebacks, there could be sweeps. It could just be so much more intense if we do that. So, yeah. That's all I have for now. Tournament structure, I believe. I discussed, obviously, the pots will be random, the Pokemon you'll choose. The shiny charm will most likely be on in all games. And, yeah. Winner's final might change depending on who's in it. If I know, for example, if I made it in and Hunter made it in, I know we both have the shiny charm in Let's Go Eevee, so we might do soft resets in Let's Go Eevee. But if you don't have that other game, don't worry. That's just something that I would do in case the finalists have a different game that they both want to hunt in soft reset-wise. Because you know what? That's the final. It's up to them. But it will most likely be in Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, saying that those are really the only ones you can soft reset in. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this. Again, if it's a lot to take in, don't worry. You don't have to jump right in, seeing as we're entering quite a few people, and we only have about half the people in, and I think a few people might leave because of the rule changes, just because I want to make this fair for everyone, but at the same time, I don't want to make this, uneven where people that are with shiny charm can't hunt because Horde is the only one that would be affected by the shiny charm, but it's affected so drastically that it just wouldn't be allowed. I mean, technically Pokeradar is, but it's not too much of a greater extent where Pokeradar just gets you to the odds at the same time, but the jumps aren't as drastic. Like, you'll start off at a higher odds and you'll be statistically more likely to find the shiny a little bit sooner, but not drastically. Maybe like a 0.01% chance more likely throughout the entire duration. But yeah, that's all I have. Again, if you have any questions, let them in the comments or join the Discord and ask a question. I mean, if you're not going to enter, you can still be as a viewer. It's perfectly fine. Or if you're maybe on the edge and you're not 100% sure, just join. Because, you know what? I won't get offended, I won't get mad if you enter and be like, oh yeah, I can't do any of this. Because you know what? At least you tried, or at least you saw. I plan on doing future tournaments. They might not all be the same structure. Maybe I'll do a more quick style elimination with 4 people and, you know, more intensity. I don't know. But this is what we have currently. The rules are bound to change. But yeah, so stay updated. I will keep you guys updated. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time. Bye.